The movie begins by showing the story of Sun Wukong several hundred years ago when he broke through the Sky Palace and made a commotion there. Because of his actions, he was expelled from the Heavenly Palace using the Buddha's palm technique. Sun Wukong's whereabouts are unknown because he fell into the earth and was imprisoned there. The scene then switches to the present and shows a little girl named Yi, who intends to find Sun Wukong so that she can go to the Sky Palace to report her fate of losing her parent because of being killed by the god of dragon or Long Tai Zi. When Yi arrived at the place believed to be where Sun Wukong was imprisoned, she met the evil demons who wanted to eat her. She then ran away but fell into a hole instead. The demons were about to eat Yi, but then they heard a voice that was none other than Sun Wukong's. The demons actually underestimated Sun Wukong because he apparently was in shackles. After that, 2 midget demons attacked Yi again, but she accidentally pressed a button that released Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong, who was freed, immediately killed the demons and saved Yi to get out of there. But before we continue the video, we want to thank CyberGhost VPN for sponsoring this video. CyberGhost VPN has been the industry leader in security and privacy, with over 38 million users. It's one of the most recommended VPNs on Trustpilot. With CyberGhost VPN, all your internet activity is done through a virtual private network. Your IP address is hidden, and your data is encrypted. Now you no longer have to worry about data being stolen when using public Wi-Fi at Starbucks or the airport. You can also watch all your favorite shows on Netflix from all countries and get better deals when shopping online. CyberGhost VPN is very easy to use, and the most important is they do not collect or share your data. One subscription can protect up to 7 devices at the same time. Convenient for your family, and it is available on all platforms, Windows, iOS, and Android. You can enjoy an 84% discount on CyberGhost VPN by using the link in the description. That's $2.03 per month and 4 months free. The cherry on the cake, they have a 45-day money-back guarantee and 24/7 support, so it's totally risk-free. I've told you everything. All you have to do is surf safely. Don't forget to click the description link to get the special discount. The apps will protect your data while you browse and give you full access to all blocked content on the internet for $2.03 a month only. Link in the description. Elsewhere, the god of dragon, or Long Tai Zi, is looking at his old palace, which was destroyed by Sun Wukong, but a maid underestimates the old palace, so Tai Zi kills the maid. Not long after, Tai Zi received news that Sun Wukong had been freed from Mount Fuji, preparing him to fight against the Monkey King. At the same time, Sun Wukong managed to wake Yi from her stupor. She looked very happy to have found Sun Wukong and hugged his arm, but she did not know what to call him because she was confused that he was a demon or an animal. Sun Wukong then confirmed that he was the Monkey King. Yi then asked Sun Wukong to help her go to the Heavenly Palace because she wanted to report the god of dragon who had made the mistake of killing her parent. Yi and Sun Wukong continued their journey and arrived at a village of demons that looked deserted because it turned out that the demons had been cruelly shackled by a ruling god named Shangdai. At that time, the demons were killed one by one for their mistakes, which turned out to be the demons rebelled against the gods. Sun Wukong did not stay still and moved to fight against the Shangdai god. But suddenly, he was tapped on the shoulder from behind by someone who was none other than Brother Liu, but his brother just made him faint. After that, Sun Wukong was brought by Liu to his residence to be given some food. Liu revealed the reason for hitting Sun Wukong until he fainted so that he would not die in vain on the spot. He knew the current Sun Wukong had no strength, even his golden stick had been sealed within the Sea Kingdom. Liu kept trying to restrain Sun Wukong from fighting against God because, in the past, he had made a grave mistake by rebelling in the Heavenly Palace just to prove that he was the greatest king in the entire clan. Sun Wukong did this so that his brothers would not be underestimated, but his actions actually got many of his brothers killed. Even so, Liu still restrained Sun Wukong for fear that he would repeat the same mistake. But he refused Liu's request, so there was a fight between them. After fighting for a long time, Sun Wukong finally defeated Liu and took Yi away from that place. But his sister-in-law blocked him and brought a demon's army to stop him. The unyielding Sun Wukong then fought against all of them and managed to defeat them. He would show the world that he had returned. After that, he invited Yi to go to his house first. Elsewhere, Tai Zi appears to be given a weapon by a god named Muzan. Apparently, the weapon was made by the devil, and the abilities are very dangerous. If it is activated, the weapon user can control the person affected by the magic power of the weapon. Muzan gave the weapon to Tai Zi so that he could stop Sun Wukong because the gods were worried that Sun Wukong would return to chaos like before. Tai Zi agreed to his request, but Muzan reminded him not to arrest Sun Wukong for his personal interest because this was the decision of the Heavenly Palace. Tai Zi refused and directly killed Muzan, then ordered his men to get rid of the body of God and reported that the person who killed Muzan was Sun Wukong. This was deliberately done by Tai Zi so that the gods would come to hunt Sun Wukong. Meanwhile, Sun Wukong finally arrived at his old home. He then took Yi to a waterfall called the Sea Kingdom, the place where his golden stick was sealed. But when they were about to leave, they were both confronted by a giant gorilla who was his pet. However, the giant gorilla did not recognize Sun Wukong because it had not seen him for a long time. The giant gorilla attacked Sun Wukong, thus making him couldn't help but fight against it. However, he managed to calm the giant gorilla by giving it a banana. After that, the two of them continued on their way to retrieve Sun Wukong's golden stick, to which he was overjoyed as the place they were going to looked very beautiful. Sun Wukong arrived at where the golden stick was and said proudly that only he could pull it out. But in reality, he could not pull out his stick, even though he had used all his strength, causing Yi to laugh. Not long after, a serpent general appeared, the successor of the Snake King who died hundreds of years ago because of Sun Wukong's rebellion in the Sky Palace. The serpent general's purpose in coming there was to prevent Sun Wukong from taking his golden stick on Tai Zi's orders because the serpent general was apparently a demon working for the god of dragons. Hearing this, Sun Wukong looked furious, and the two of them fought fiercely. However, Sun Wukong seemed to have a hard time fighting the serpent general because he didn't have any weapons. While cornering Sun Wukong, the serpent general accidentally injured Yi and made her holy blood flow to Sun Wukong's golden stick, so it glowed and was successfully pulled out of its seal. Sun Wukong managed to get his golden stick back, so he could easily defeat the snake general and make him run away from that place. Sun Wukong was very happy, thanked Yi, and promised to take her to the heavenly palace. Yi then asked Sun Wukong not to kill anyone, and he would try to fulfill the request for her sake because she was the one who had set him free. At the same time, Shangdai seemed to have slain the demons who had made a mistake. Not long after, a small demon was about to be executed. Liu prevented this, but Shangdai refused to comply if he did not have the right reward. Liu gives Shangdai some money but is still refused because he wants another demon to be executed in place of a child demon. Hearing this, none of the demons were willing to sacrifice until Liu finally sacrificed himself and was willing to die for the little demon. When Liu was about to be executed, Sun Wukong came and defeated all the soldiers of Shangdai. Sun Wukong then asked Shangdai to stop his actions. In addition, Sun Wukong kept God alive because he remembered the message from Yi. Due to this incident, Sun Wukong regained the trust of the demons, and they promised to help him on his journey to the heavenly palace to address all injustices. However, Sun Wukong will not be helped by his brother Liu because he wants to focus on his family, so Sun Wukong only leaves with the other demons. In a different place, the serpent general came to Tai Zi and reported his failure to prevent Sun Wukong from retaking his golden stick. This obviously made Tai Zi very disappointed, then asked why it happened. The snake general explained that there was a little girl whose blood could unseal Sun Wukong's golden stick. Hearing this, Tai Zi then ordered the snake general to arrest the little girl because he wanted her holy blood to activate the magic weapon given by the god Muzan. Sometime later, Sun Wukong invited the demons to fight the rulers who had acted cruelly in several villages, and they defeated the cruel rulers. After that, Sun Wukong and his demon comrades held a small party to celebrate their victory and freedom, but General Snake apparently came to the place secretly to kidnap Yi. General Snake pretended to be a member of Sun Wukong's demon's army while Yi was alone because she was annoyed with Sun Wukong, who didn't want to play with her. The snake general approached Yi and offered to accompany her, but when he was about to take her, Sun Wukong was already there to invite Yi to play. In this incident, the snake general failed again. The scene then switches and shows Sun Wukong and Yi spending time together. Yi told about her lonely life because her parents had been killed by the god of dragon. Sun Wukong tried to calm her down and said he would soon take her to the heavenly palace. Time passed, and Sun Wukong and his army managed to capture Shangdai. He originally intended to kill Shangdai, but Yi immediately forbade it because she didn't want to see Sun Wukong kill anyone. In the end, he was forced to free God. After that, Sun Wukong and Yi got into an argument because of the incident, and she left because she was annoyed with him. During her escape, Yi actually met the serpent general, who immediately kidnapped her, while Sun Wukong himself did not know that Yi had been kidnapped. Meanwhile, Shangdai is facing Tai Zi and reporting what happened. Hearing this, Tai Zi expelled the god from his palace and did not want to deal with him anymore. At the same time, the serpent general came with Yi. Tai Zi then uses Yi's holy blood to activate his magic weapon that can control other people. Tai Zi then tested the magic weapon on one of his men, but the man was unable to control himself and instead slashed his own neck. Seeing the prowess of the magic weapon, Tai Zi intends to destroy Sun Wukong by controlling his body, then making him slaughter his own demon army so that his reputation will be damaged and Sun Wukong will live alone with nothing. Not long after, Sun Wukong was finally controlled by Tai Zi and started killing his demon comrades. Sun Wukong tried to control his body but couldn't because the magic was too strong. It made his demon comrades run away. Tai Zi controlled Sun Wukong to kill his own pet. Sun Wukong tried his best to resist, but unfortunately, he still failed to control his body. After that incident, Sun Wukong looked devastated and extremely disappointed, and the magic controlling his body had disappeared. At the same time, Tai Zi came to see Sun Wukong, then took his golden stick and said he would let Sun Wukong live without a weapon. Even so, he managed to escape and destroy Tai Zi's magic weapon. The scene then switched and showed Sun Wukong, who had a bad dream, then woke up and asking his brother Liu for help. Unfortunately, he couldn't help because all the demons considered Sun Wukong a traitor. Sun Wukong was even being hunted by his demon comrades. Moreover, he had lost his golden stick. Sun Wukong went through his days full of disappointment, and Yi disappeared. He then continued his journey, disguised as someone else, because everyone now considered him a loser for treason. They even refused to listen to stories about the Monkey King again. When he was about to leave, Sun Wukong met Shangdai, who finally told Yi's location, which turned out to be she had been kidnapped by the god of dragon. Hearing this, Sun Wukong became excited and determined to save her, even though he only used an ordinary stick as his weapon. Elsewhere, the Snake General seemed to want to free Yi because he felt Tai Zi's actions were outrageous and cruel. When he was about to open the lock, Tai Zi suddenly came and made General Snake imprisoned. In prison, the Snake General revealed his reason for hating Sun Wukong because hundreds of years ago, Sun Wukong arrogantly made a fuss in the Heavenly Palace, affecting all demons, including the Snake Demon. Long story short, Sun Wukong finally arrived at the God of Dragon Palace and charged into the God of Dragon Palace with his ordinary stick. Knowing Sun Wukong's arrival, Tai Zi was not surprised or afraid because Sun Wukong was nothing without his golden stick. Even so, Sun Wukong kept fighting and continued to fight Tai Zi with his weapon. Sun Wukong's persistence finally made Tai Zi take out his stick, hoping to defeat him. Not long after, Sun Wukong has pushed away, but suddenly the Serpent General appeared after successfully freeing himself and Yi using his magic. Sun Wukong and General Snake attacked Tai Zi. Their battle seemed fierce, but Tai Zi attacked Yi and killed her right in front of Sun Wukong so that he could feel the pain of losing the most precious person in his life. Yi's death had clearly devastated Sun Wukong, but her holy blood was fused with his soul, thus turning him into the invincible figure of the Monkey King. After becoming the Monkey King, Sun Wukong could easily defeat the God of Dragon. Even when Tai Zi transformed into a dragon, he could still defeat him without any difficulty. Tai Zi was desperate and decided to run away. Sun Wukong's anger was getting out of control, making all the demons aware that the Monkey King had risen and returned his way. Sun Wukong's strength is truly extraordinary. He can even turn his stick into a giant size to pierce the sky and bring him to the Heavenly Palace to report Yi's death and avenge the actions of the God of Dragon. After that, Sun Wukong fought back against Tai Zi in his dragon form. He beat Tai Zi mercilessly and made him lose badly. When Sun Wukong was about to kill Tai Zi, he remembered Yi's message and cancelled his intention to kill him. The Serpent General and brother Liu, the King of Bull, came to help Sun Wukong and intended to destroy the Sky Palace, but he stopped them. Sun Wukong's arrival at the Heavenly Palace was not to make a mess like before, but to make amends so there would be no more commotion. At the same time, Buddha came and told Sun Wukong that what he did to the God of Dragon was the right thing to do because the God of Dragon was beyond bounds, and he sinned a lot. Buddha was proud of Sun Wukong, who had changed and didn't want to kill anymore. Buddha told him to forgive Yi's departure because her presence in the world was to eliminate Sun Wukong's selfish nature and make him a better person. Hearing this, Sun Wukong convinced himself to no longer be arrogant, as if he was the king of all kings. He realized that he was nothing without the help of his demon comrades. Not long after, Yi's spirit was lifted into the sky, and Sun Wukong's mission was completed. After that, he would be imprisoned back to Mount Fuji to recover his strength. Several hundred years later, a monk fell into the pit where Sun Wukong was confined. The monk is apparently the reincarnation of the god of the dragon. The monk asked Sun Wukong whether he was a demon, animal, human, or half a demon because he did not know that Sun Wukong was the Monkey King. The monk's words made Sun Wukong again ambitious to show the world that he was Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. The moral that can be learned from this movie is that arrogance will only make us shunned by people who actually care about us, because we are nothing without help from others. Sun Wukong also teaches us to always be patient and to keep our promises. Don't forget to enjoy 84% discount on CyberGhost VPN by using the link in the description. Protect your data while you browse and give you full access to all blocked content on the internet for $2.03 a month only.